And like that, the fleet got bigger. Yeah, all 3 vehicles, minus that one. All those vehicles are now mine. Picked this truck up. It's a 1993 GMC 1500. Picked it up on Friday. Bought it from my brother-in-law. And going to work, and all of a sudden that caliper decides to lock up. So after changing the caliper, I changed the oil. She's got fresh oil in her. Then I noticed it needs a lower ball joint and a tie rod end, so I picked that up. So I gotta put that in yet. But the truck is fairly clean in some spots. The box is actually really nice. The tailgate, not so much. But I mean, the wheel wells are all pretty solid. Frame's in good shape. It's just the driver door, tailgate, and both fenders. What is the selling point on this truck is not the high mileage, but exactly, well, actually now it's 11,000 miles ago, it had an engine put in it. And I mean, this interior is pretty clean. Other than this leaf. There we go. But other than that, it's a regular cab. I like regular cab trucks. I hate extended cab, and I hate crew cabs even more. So, but that engine, the long block is new. They obviously switched over the accessories, the intake, all that stuff over. I got all the paperwork from it. It was done at a dealership. The motor itself was $2,300. In the end, after replacing all the stuff, it cost the guy, because my brother-in-law got it from the guy who had this done, it cost the guy $4,100. So, yeah, brand new truck. You can even see brand new power steering lines, new oil cooler lines. The radiator was replaced. The hoses are all new. They did the brake lines. And I thought they said the fuel lines too. I'm not sure on the fuel lines. But I got the paperwork for the brake lines. Paperwork for the power steering lines. Or the one. And everything works on the truck. Including the AC. So I'm like, huh, perfect. Oh, let's fire her up. Yeah, she runs pretty good. Cruise control works. I mean, everything works on the truck, so. No, the things it needs, other than some front end work, these tires, there's a lot of tread left on them, but they're starting to weather check pretty good. Of course, right there. So the tires are gonna have to get changed, and the exhaust has to get done. The exhaust pipe ends right there, which is not good for the truck because you got all that moisture from the exhaust. It'll rot out the truck. So if you ever have your exhaust and underneath your vehicle, that's not good for it. And there's no tack. I want to put a tack in it. Now, the vehicle that's on the dolly. 1997 Mitsubishi 3000 GT SL. So it's front wheel drive. It's got the dual overhead cam V6. She's dirty. I've yet to even touch the car. And Lily, I picked it up. I got it home yesterday. I actually bought the car in spring, but I'll probably keep the radial. It's a Dog-O-Matic, and that's actually what's wrong with it, is the automatic transmission shot. And the battery's junk. And the paint shot. But it runs. I mean, the battery in it's junk, so I can't start it. Pop the hood. And it looks like it's got good inner wheel wells, which actually is something I need, because mine are all busted up on the stealth. Right there. Hood won't stay open. But this engine right here is going to go inside my stealth. And we'll slap the turbos on her. I'll turn the boost down low because this is going to have higher compression than the boosted engine. The radiator looks actually pretty good shape, which mine's starting to come apart. So the radiator, radio, engine, and the rims. I want to keep the rims. I know a part of me has been thinking about maybe swapping the front end because I got the flip-up headlights, but I like the flip-up headlights too. Though I like this front end too. So really, I think these cars are very sharp-looking cars. It just sucks that they're not the most reliable. As my one buddy who used to own DSMs, he's like, well, they're fun cars if you love to work on them more than you drive them. And well, so far I can say that with the Stealth. So, got a title for it. And then the last one here, 1996 Pontiac Grand Prix 3.1. Blown head gasket. It actually was my nephew's car. My nephew had a Saturn, and the Saturn rotted out. Rear trailing arm broke. It rotted out right where it mounted onto the body. Then his mom bought him this car. And he hated it. Absolutely hated the car. And pissed and moaned. I was like, oh, I'm just going to smash it. And, well, it's got 81,000 miles on it. That's it. And yeah, it's junk. I'm going to smash it. Everything works on this car. The AC works. The heat works. The only thing is the speedometer is not accurate. It's way off. Well, that's not all that's wrong with it, but so he, what was the hood release here? Up right here. He didn't like it, so it started leaking coolant. The problem with this car is it sat and sat and sat. We actually had some renters that rented from us who bought this car, and they never drove it. They literally bought it, parked it, never drove it. They rented from us, I want to say like 5 years, 6 years. And those 5-6 years, it never moved once. So when my sister bought it to give it to my nephew, I thought this car was rotten. I'm like sitting outside, sitting in dirt. She's going to be junk. And no, look at that. She is rock solid, which is amazing. I mean, there's like no rust on this whole car. And so the water pump went bad, right? Started leaking. I told him, you got to get that fixed. If you don't take care of it, it's going to go bad, and then you're going to wreck your engine. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And he didn't do it. And guess what? Blew a head gasket. Overheated it, blew a head gasket. So I got a head gasket kit for it. And yeah, this is on the to-do list right here. So yeah, in fact, I'll show you a couple other things that happened over this weekend. I think I need a bigger tractor. 7-foot snowblower. I thought I was picking up a 6 foot. It wasn't a 6 foot. It's a 7 foot. And she's heavy for this tractor. Everything works on it. Needs a shear pin. They used a silo unloader for the hydraulic chute. And put this nice little ball valve on here to help regulate how fast she turns. So I'm like, huh, it's pretty cool. So yeah, shear pins in here that broke. Kind of see it right there. So use a new one of those. Other than it, everything turns. Chain could use a little bit more oiling. I did put some oil on her, but I can't tell. Shaking the camera too much. But, and I got the top chute for it. So it's going to be nice. Fixed the throttle positioning sensor on the Fiero. And did this. Yeah, that's blood. Not people blood, animal blood. Because of that. Hit a deer with the Cadillac. So, not good. So I kind of go over the chain of events this weekend. Is Friday I bought the truck. Caliper locked up. Replaced the caliper Saturday morning, and then I went to change the oil. Dropped the filter, the new filter in the old oil. So went on to go get a different filter because I didn't want to put that filter now covered in waste oil. On my way to the auto parts store, going through the town, just south of here. And drops down to 35, going 35. See a deer run out, went around him. Freaking watched where he ran, turned my head straight, and that's where the second one was. Hit it. So, Friday and Saturday was a pretty bad day. But, and Saturday evening I picked up that snowblower. That was a 14-hour trip, 15-hour trip. And then yesterday I picked that up, and today I gotta work my 2 jobs. Sweet. So, all right. Woo!